Who is best equipped to handle the crime problems in Des Moines? The people, natives, government, et cetera, of Des Moines, or the feds in D.C.
Right. Yeah. No,
Um, is is it's just a wonderful, wonderful system. This idea, I can't begin to imagine any reason whatsoever that the people of Iowa, they gather up $100, they send it to DC, it comes back to them minus a handling fee, minus the part that goes to a state that doesn't pay as much. Okay, I sent $100 to DC, I get back $90, and that $90 is you better spend the money in this way. What in the name of God do the people of Iowa get from that? They have less money and instructions on how to spend their money directed by DC. Are there philosopher king gods in DC who knew better than the people of Iowa what that money should have been spent on?
right.
That that alone in the federal system is so incredibly obviously clear to me. Back in the day, crime control I used as an example in the book because most people would think that, oh my God, certainly crime control, that must be constitutional. No, 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 it's not constitutional. These states handle their own crime and criminals and policies. They don't need the wisdom of the philosopher God kings in Washington, D.C. The people of Iowa or Texas or Massachusetts or Virginia do not need the input from the federal reps from California on how to handle their crime problems. They don't need it. They don't want it. And, I think I wrote in the book, even if somehow in a miraculous, ungodly coincidence, DC sends back to Iowa the $100 and says X, Y, and Z, and the people in Iowa wanted to do X, Y, and Z. Oh my God, it's a clean. What was the point? What is the point?
Yeah. There isn't. I mean, we were talking, like you talked about the Department of Education earlier, and it really made me think about, and what you were saying, it just made pop into my head is before the United States had the Federal Department of Education, we had the best K through 12 system in the world. And and people are like, well, we need, listen, I'm not against to where if a state is having some kind of crisis, the federal government says, okay, hey, temporarily we help you shore things up. I mean, I know it's something of that nature, right? But when it was controlled by the parents, by the states, by the people who had to, that representative that had to go pick their kid up from school, they had to look at their constituents in the eye and go, hey,
Right.
and so they were more accountable to make sure the things you wanted done got done.
Yeah. And of course, people will point out correctly that the states can and will screw things up. But every time someone's ever come to me with that argument, there seems to be a supposition behind it that, well, the federal government can't and won't. Of course, the states can screw things up. And your solution is let the federal government be in control because God knows they can never screw anything up. That's simply not permissible by God or human nature. So, yeah, I
Yeah,
just don't get it.
yeah.